Traders, this is Ron Haydat, Market Tamer. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing awesome. As always, nothing in this presentation shall constitute a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Trading stocks and options involves risk and specific financial issues should always be addressed by your financial advisor. We'll start out here with the spiders. They were up a buck, about 0.35%. They're still above the 20-day EMA in red, and that's sort of our momentum line. We get below the red line, then the key one is the orange. Below there, the bears will get the edge, just like I've been saying. So no change there. If we take a look at the Qs, they were up 0.38%, no change there. They're above both the 50 and the 20-day. Now, interestingly, IWM was up 1.88%, the Russell 2000 small caps, but not a whole lot changed technically. Yeah, it did creep above some moving averages here, which is good, but they're all sort of clustered. You know, you can see them in there. What we really need to see happen is let's break a previous high so we can set a higher high. So nice uptrend today, nice volume, but it really did nothing to change this downtrending channel. MDY, your midcaps, up 1.31%, decent volume as well. Similar situation, regained some moving averages, but we still want to take out a previous high. Taking a quick peek at gold and silver. Gold was just down a little bit today, not that much. Yesterday was a bigger down move. If I zoom in here, we have a gap, and this can sort of lead to, further selling is the theory in candlestick analysis. Once you have a gap and a little bit of a continuation. Today's continuation was only 13 cents. It wasn't really that much, and volume pulled back. For right now, I would go to the red line for a trailing stop, or AKA support at this stage. If GLD gets below 130, then there's a gap filled down to around 128. SLV. Notice this. Volume here the last couple days has pulled back. This is sort of what I would call an organized, slow, calm pullback. Silver did pop its trailing gold tremendously here, so this is a negative divergence in the metals market, but so far the pullback, it's not going on. It's coming back very controlled. We hit that red line or get right near it, and we bounce, and we take out the previous day's candle. End volume is pretty big, or well above average. That's a sign that silver might be ready to pop higher. So again, we have a controlled pullback. Let's watch the red line. If somewhere in here we get a nice little pop higher, then this rip, pause, rip, that's a very bullish, and it would be a continuation pattern. So I'll keep an eye on SLV. Right now it remains bullish on the daily chart. Gold miners, volume pulling back. If we hit the gap, we could fill the gap. That's only 50 cents, and then the 20-day comes in there too. So yeah, GDX has been down 3 days in a row, but it is still bullish on the daily chart. Moving on to some other stocks, here's Apple. I was reading some news tonight, and their chief designer is reportedly leaving to start an independent firm. After hours, Apple was down like $2, not a whole lot, down in the 197 area. It's still above the 50-day and the 20-day. It's still bullish on the daily chart, and no one person, I would say, maybe outside of Steve Jobs, is probably the sole reason Apple comes out with cool things, if you will, or at least perceived as cool. I would consider it basically a non-event unless they would come out and actually say that and say, oh my God, he knows everything, we're dead without him, which they're probably not going to do. So that's why it's only down $2 after hours. Pretty much non-event in my opinion. Here's Conagra. They did not do well in their earnings report. Earnings report came out this morning. We gapped lower, closed near the lows of the day. If I zoom in here, these have been violated. So now a gap fill is the target down at 23, still 10% lower. We're already down 12%. Another 10% before support comes in. Here's a stock we don't look at very much. Pampa Energia. So let's just call it PAM. From a technical perspective, the stock starts to break above moving averages, has a nice surge, consolidates, and today on a pop in volume, it pops higher. This is a perfect bull flag. Here we come up, consolidation, and then pop. And we popped on higher volume. Yeah, it's only about 1 million shares a day, but from an educational perspective, this is really pretty. Rips up, it catches its breath, and then it continues to rip higher. Target, the previous high is just under 40, so maybe 10-15% higher, technically speaking. FNKO, which is FNKO, this one also took out the previous high. We're also above this gap high from earnings and this high right here. For whatever reason, just over 24 bucks, 24.15, $24 was a key resistance area. Today's volume pop and close near the highs of the day busts through all this resistance. Target, previous highs north of 30, 15-20% higher there would be the target. And SUM, which is Summit Materials, another one that's breaking out, nice pop in volume. So here we go. pause, a little bit of a bull flag, breakout, close above. I mean, frankly, the gap down point at 22.50, that's almost $4 higher. So some interesting bull flag breakouts. Hope you find that helpful and interesting. I wish you guys all the best, and I will see you in the weekend video. Take good care.